Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Hayden Grilling. Now, tonight we're going to be out here in the Hayden Grilling shack, firing up the old gas grill again for some steak pinwheels with garlic butter sauce. So let's get started. All right, so for what we're doing, I'm going to raise the lid. I'm only going to fire up the one side. We're going to leave that on a high heat. Close the lid. Let's go inside and do our prep work. So the first thing we're going to do is I got a flat iron steak here. I'm going to take it, and it's going to be kind of difficult because it's kind of a thin cut. But basically what I want to do is I want to cut it right along here, and I want to butterfly this open. So it ain't perfect, but we got it butterflied open there. We got our two halves. So basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the paper back over the top of them. About like that. Then I'm going to use my tenderizer. Come through and just kind of flatten them out. Get them about the same thickness. So that way they'll cook even. Now that we got these thinned out, I'm gonna come over with a little bit of olive oil. Oh, a little bit I say. I'm gonna rub it onto the meat, use that as a binder. Flip them over, do the same thing. Now that I got them seasoned, I'm gonna come over with my Granny Moore's gang steer. Sprinkle me some seasoning in on this side of the steak. The thing I love about these steak pinwheels is you can add as much or as little to this as you want. If you want to add some greenery, like some spinach, whatever, go right on ahead. But I'm going to take a slice of provolone cheese. I'm going to add, this one here is a little bit bigger, so I'm going to overlap it just a little bit like that. Now that we've got them to this point here, what we're going to do is we're just going to take this and roll this up the best I can. I'm going to take me a skewer. I'm going to run this thing right through the middle, holding it nice and together. This one here is big enough, I may run me a few of them through here. Just like that. Now instead of using the skewers, you could have used butcher's twine to wrap it and hold it together. But again, whatever you want to do. Now, because I'm using the skewers, I'm going to take my kitchen shears. I just want to cut this down a little bit to where there's not so much hanging out there. Like that. Come back with this one, come back here. And also, if you wanted to take that butcher's twine and wrap around it to where you can cut them down to where they're actual, like little smaller pinwheels, by all means, go right on ahead. I'm gonna do that after, once this is done. All right, with just that one side lit, our grill is hovering right around that 400-degree mark. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my pinwheel. We'll put them on the grate. Now I'm only gonna go about 2 minutes and then flip them over because it is a thin cut of steak. Just hit our 2 minutes. We're gonna raise the lid, flip these things over, and that cheese is gonna melt. You're gonna lose your cheese, and that's fine. But we're gonna let them go another 2 minutes. This ain't a science. I've not cooked steak this thin, and so it's gonna be just playing with it, toying with it, figuring it out when the steak is done to your liking. All right, just hit our 3 minutes. Gonna raise the lid, take a look at them. Okay, I'm gonna try sitting this one here at this side up, just for the sake that try to save a little bit of cheese there. I'm gonna do the same thing with this one. We're gonna shut the lid, let it go for another 2 minutes. Another thing I want to add, that would not have been my first choice for a cut of meat. I really would have went with a flank steak, I believe, because flank steak, when you get them out of the package, are longer. But that was the closest thing they had at Walmart when I bought this. So skirt steak, flank steak may have been better than this flat iron steak, but we're making the best of it. All right, we just hit our 5 minutes. We're gonna raise the lid, take a look at them. And this is what's hard for me with the roll-ups. It's hard to get a good temp. So I like the texture and I like the look of the steak, so we're gonna call it good. And we're gonna take these in the house. So we got these steaks in the house. We're gonna let them sit and rest for just a little bit. We got some other prep work to do, so be perfect time to do that. Now it's time to make our Cowboy butter sauce. So in this pot here, we added 1 stick of butter. Before we turn on the heat, we're gonna add our dry ingredients into this bowl right here. First thing we're gonna add in here is 1 tablespoon of parsley. followed by 1 teaspoon of thyme, followed by 1 teaspoon of paprika. Follow that up with half a teaspoon of cayenne and half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes. We've got those ingredients in. We're going to turn our burner to a medium heat. Once your butter is melted down, at the same heat, we're going to add our dry ingredients. Once you got those added in, just kind of give them a little stir, mix them around nice and well. I'm gonna bump my heat down to a medium low. So next we're gonna add 4 teaspoons of minced garlic. And if you don't want to use minced garlic, you can use cloves of garlic if you want. But we're going with the minced garlic, like I said, 4 teaspoons. Now that we got that blended in, we're gonna add 2 to 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. Now, I would prefer to use a lemon for this, but thought I had one in the fridge. I do not. However, we've got this lemon juice here, so we're gonna use 3 tablespoons. Once we've got our lemon juice added in, we're gonna stir this in together, get this nice and blended. And like I said, we kicked our heat down to a medium low heat. We're just gonna let this cook and blend in together for just a couple minutes, and then we're ready to eat. So, what we're gonna do next, I wanna take these pinwheels here, I'm gonna slice them. Just like that. There we go. And then this one here is not gonna have as pretty of a slicing because it's so small, but add this on here. There's our pinwheel, folks. Perfectly cooked in the middle. What we're gonna do here, we got a bed of mashed potatoes. I'm gonna take my pinwheel. I'm gonna set that dude right there on top of that mashed potato. Now, we've got our steak on our potato. Take some of that Cowboy butter sauce. We're just gonna drizzle that right there over the top of our steak. All right, folks, that all important taste test. Folks, that's damn good. Very good flavor. The potatoes, the steak, and the cheese. And then you add that sauce that we added to the top of it. Very good. Very easy meal. Takes a little bit of time from the grilling, then making the sauce, but very good, very easy, very worth it. Y'all please let me know what you think of the video. Y'all please try this. Taste buds will not regret it. 100% guarantee it. I'm guaranteeing it. So, please like, subscribe, and we'll see y'all later.